Hello everyone, my name is Apeksha and this is my partner Eshal. I study in grade 7, Bishop Cotton Girls School, India.
Hi everyone, this is Eshal and I'm 11 years old, currently studying in 6th grade International Indian School, Dammam.
Save the Environment is the subject we have picked for CODEAVOUR 2021. The subtopic is the impact of wind turbines on birds and ways to avoid it. Because there is always wind on the earth and we don't consume up the wind when we generate electricity from it. Wind energy is considered a renewable energy source. According to research, wind turbines killed 6,66,000 birds in the year 2021 alone. I chose this topic because I have birds and I read about how birds get killed by wind turbines, cars, windows, and other things on a daily basis.
What is the operation of a bladeless turbine?
First, when the wind strikes or passes the bladeless turbine mast, it will produce a vortex which is also known as the spinning motion of air. The vortex then exerts force of the mast with a certain frequency. When the frequency of the force equals the natural frequency of the mast, resonance occurs and the mast begins to vibrate and oscillate. This phenomenon is known as vortex included vibration, and this energy is converted into electrical energy in the generator.
We had created many projects in Scratch, but PictoBlock has more features and extensions like artificial intelligence, which we had used in our project. We were so excited while using it. IIT was so interested that we explored more projects based on this. Finally, we had used speech recognition block to read our text and play on our own voice, which is information about the wind turbines.
In this project, first the user should say part 1 so the text will read and part 1 audio will be played, and then my teammate will say L. Her name is Eshal. So it recognizes L and plays the audio to Eshal, and same with part 2 of each of the audio.
Then the actual turbine working mechanism will start. The wind turbines are used to generate electricity that is shown in our project as the turbines rotating. You can see the bulb glows using the electricity generated by the wind energy. At the same time, we had shown that turbines are harmful to birds. To save birds, Robin Bird radar system is set to monitor the movements of birds at 10 kilometers distance if birds are seen. The radar send message and the turbine will shut down. In this project, we use the distance block to find the distance between the bird and the radar. At a particular point, the distance matches with radar, the turbine rotation will stop until the bird's movement reaches the edge of the stage. And again, the turbine starts working. While working on this project, we also had a question then why not bladeless turbines to be created which would really save birds? Yes, we got an answer for our question. Vertex bladeless turbines. We also had shown the working to bladeless turbines and its uses. Let us now look into the actual project. Some of the blocks we used in our project are as followings. The motion block for determining the sprite's position, the looks block, which can be used to change the costume, display the sprite, change the sprite, and change the backdrop, the events block, which is used to kick off the project and broadcast messages, wait and repeat control block, and speaker recognition.
Now let's see our project. Apeksha Part 1. Hi, this is Apeksha and Eshal. One of my fondest memories from my first visit to Prince Edward Island in Canada was driving with friends through the eastern part of the island, admiring the bucolic scenery and the mesmerizing wildlife. Traveling in a car of tree huggers, we were pleasantly surprised at the sight of a statuesque wind turbines peppered between patches of woodland. It was exciting to see the small corner of eastern Canada going green. At the time, it didn't occur to me that here was one of Mother Nature's ironies. One of the most rapidly increasing forms of clean energy can also have a deadly consequence for wildlife. Wind turbines, a technology that many view as a necessary component in the fight against climate change, can kill airborne animals, leaving lasting implications through the food chain. From direct collisions, deaths, to displacement from feeding or nesting areas to habitat degradation or loss, wind farms can have negative impacts on biodiversity, with birds and bats being particularly affected. L.
Yes, Apeksha, you are right. Today, we will be seeing how wind turbines affect birds. The wind turbines are attractive to both birds and bats, but the source of attraction remains speculative. The moving rotor blades most commonly kill birds and bats. Therefore, the longer the blades are, the more birds and bats they can kill as the area cover bigger. Collisions at wind turbines do not appear to be chance events. Bird and bat species probably are attracted to turbines either directly, as turbines may resemble roosting sites, or indirectly because turbines attract insects on which birds and bats feed. More than 71 bird and bat individual species were collision victims due to wind farm.
Apeksha Part 2. Robin Radars, Netherlands, has found a solution for this. Robin bird radars are used at wind farms during both pre construction and operational stages. Historically, this type of information would be gathered by human observers over one or more limited observation periods. But the long term radar data generated by having avian radar present on site 24 hours 7 is far more accurate and useful when it comes to our environmental impact assessment EIA. The information on bird activity based on radar data is compared both pre and post construction to measure the true impact on the local and migratory bird population.
And of course, unlike human observers, radars don't need to rest and they can see in all weather, day or night. For operational wind farms, radars can automatically switch turbines off and on again. Robin bird radars continuously measure the number of birds that enter a preset range from the wind turbines. When this crosses a specific threshold, and depending on other factors such as wind direction and strength, bird behavior, time of the day, and even the season, our system generates a shutdown command to either a group of turbines or individual turbines depending on the local situation and user requirements.
Robin Bird Radar Project Demonstration.
So, how do bladeless turbines work? First, when the wind strikes or passes the mast of the bladeless turbines, it will create vortex, or also known as the spinning motion of air. The vortex then exerts forces with certain frequency on the mast. When the frequency of the forces equals to the natural frequency of the mast, resonance will occur and eventually the mast will vibrate and oscillate. This phenomenon is known as vortex induced vibration, and this energy will be transformed into electrical energy in the generator.
Pros and cons about bladeless wind turbines. Pros. Point number 1. Bladeless turbines are extremely light and feature gravity centers that are near the ground. Point number 2. There are only a few moving parts in a bladeless wind turbine. They not only help to reduce noise, but they also do not pose a threat to birds. Point number 3. Bladeless wind turbines generate electricity for 40% less money as compared to traditional wind turbines. Point number 4. Bladeless turbines can be used both on and off the grid, and they can also be used in hybrid wind solar systems. Cons. Point number 1. Vortex is only able to work within a specific wind range. Point number 2. Windless turbines capacity to capture wind is 30% less than regular wind turbines.